Welcome, everyone. Today, we will quickly walk through 30 core business terms you'll see in meetings, emails, and reports. The goal here is simple today. We want to understand each term in what we would just say is plain English and pick a few to start using this week. So keep a pen handy or whatever writing tool you use because you want to know 3 to 5 terms that you will start to practice right away. You want to master the vocabulary that drives confident decisions, clear communication, and smarter strategy in today's fast-moving business world. All right, let's dive in right away. Let's start with financial fundamentals. First, these are the money basics. Return on investment. Did results beat the cost? Use it to compare projects. For example, $5,000 ad spend generates $15,000 in sales. This is a fantastic return on investment. This way, you know it's worth doing if you can project this out and you meet that goal. Do more of the same. Do it again in the future. Cash flow. Now, this is the timing of money in and out. Positive cash flow keeps the lights on, keeps the rent paid, even when profits are delayed, right? So this is important. As an example, profitable on paper, but cash flow is tight. Yes, the business looks profitable, but the cash flow is tight. You want to address that as a business person. Revenue streams. These are different ways that you earn, different ways that you make money, subscriptions, services, ads, right? So you want to diversify. So one slow month doesn't hurt everything. Next, strategic planning tools. So before big decisions, you want to do a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It shows where you are strong and what could block you. Then map your business one page or on one page with the business model canvas, right? And what is the business model canvas? A one-page map of how your business creates, delivers, and captures value. Who your customers are, how you deliver value, how you make money, and update that canvas whenever your strategy shifts. Next, we have customer-centric metrics. Let's start with KPIs, key performance indicators. These are the numbers that really prove progress, right? These are specific numbers that you track. And as you can see, monthly sales, the churn rate, in other words, like losing customers or losing accounts, and the conversion rates, right? So you want to choose 3 to 5 KPIs that connect directly to your goals. Customer segmentation. You would like to segment customers by needs or behavior so your message feels personal to that client. Divide your audience into groups by needs or behavior, and then personalize offers. Right? Start with 2 to 3 segments and test messages. Then your value proposition. You want to tighten your value proposition into one sentence. Who is it for, the problem you solve, and the result you deliver, plus a quick proof point, right? State the benefit plus who's it for plus proof. If you're getting value out of this so far, please give us a like. Thank you. Now let's look at market position and growth. Market share. This is your slice of total industry sales. It shows how competitive you are and the growth potential, right? If it's rising, or your market share, that is, if it's rising, you're on the right track. Right? Rising market share signals good product and a good product market fit. Brand equity. Value your brand has in other people's minds. Trust, recognition, and loyalty are key measuring pieces here. Consistent quality builds equity over time. People value you. The more you consistently deliver on what you promise, whether that's a service or a product, the greater your brand equity. Scalability. You want to design for scalability. So revenue can grow without costs growing at the same time. Revenue growth, but you want to minimize cost increase. You want to automate repeatable work early or repeatable tests early. Next, we have innovation and disruption. Lean startup, think lean. You want to ship a simple MVP. In other words, you want to prove the concept. So build fast, test with customers, learn, iterate, and then improve based on feedback. Disruption, right? This is another term that you're going to hear frequently. New solution changes how an industry works. Think the difference pre-AI and now with the introduction of AI and the continuing expansion and rollout. All right. Watch for unmet market needs. Today's inconvenience is basically tomorrow's opportunity. And use something called blue ocean thinking or blue ocean strategy to create uncontested market space by solving problems competitors ignore. Ask what to eliminate, reduce, raise, or create. And sometimes the problems competitors are ignoring is that the competitor is just so large, it's not worth their time ignoring it. But if you're a smaller provider, it may be a very lucrative market for you. Next, digital and operational excellence. E-commerce. So e-commerce widens your reach. Make product pages clear with benefits, photos, and real reviews. Optimize your product pages. Selling goods and services through online can be easy through websites or marketplaces, but optimization becomes key. Digital marketing. Reach audiences through search engine optimization, content, email, and ads on platforms where they spend time, which means you have to do the research and decide which of the platforms fit your digital marketing strategy or will fit a digital marketing strategy you're trying to build. Test one channel at a time and then track your results. Agile methodology. This is iterative project management. In other words, plan small, deliver quickly, adjust often, right? You want to have short cycles, quick feedback, and regular check-ins. CRM systems, right? You want to keep relationships organized in a CRM so you can track leads, interactions, and support to understand where deals stall. keep short notes or notes short, and searchable and up to date. Next, we have finance and investment. We have equity financing. Raise money by selling ownership shares. There are no monthly payments, but investors share profits and control. So you have to think, is this beneficial to your model? Compare with debt as an option because dilution does matter. Investment portfolio. Collection of assets managed to balance risk and return. Don't put all of your money in one single site or place. And then, of course, the freemium model offer the basic version free. So if you're using something like Chat GPT, you'll notice that there is a freemium model that has limitations, right? But as you move up the stack and to the paid versions that they have, the feature set opens up dramatically, right? So make the free tier useful, but the paid tier absolutely irresistible. Market research. Collect your data about customers, competitors, and the trends before you launch, right? Especially big launches. M&A or mergers and acquisitions. Companies combine or one buys another to grow, diversify, or gain tech talent. An exit strategy. Plan for how owners and investors will eventually leave. Maybe it's through a sale or a merger or an initial public offering known as an IPO. People and operations, human capital, right? That is team skills and experience, right? The skills, knowledge, and experience your team brings. Invest in learning. It compounds like interest. Supply chain management. Map your supply chain, right? Coordinate with suppliers, production, and delivery so products arrive on time, preferably a little early, and on budget. Have you ever noticed that when you order something from Amazon or similar, but Amazon is one that comes immediately to mind, they give you a date where something's going to be delivered, but the products seem to arrive a day or two early. You, of course, as a client, you're happy, you're satisfied, and you see the value. All right. So map each step and find the bottlenecks in your supply chain management, whatever it is. Networking. Build relationships that create opportunities, ideas, and support. If your strategy is, I'm going to keep my head down, work hard, and someone will notice, unfortunately, that's a failed strategy. All right. I don't care who told you. All right. What you want to do is build relationships that will lead to opportunities, ideas, and support. Ask helpful questions and follow up within 24 to 48 hours. And remember, your stakeholders, customers, employees, investors, communities, this gives them a clear signal. Regular updates will build trust. Now, build confidence through practice. This is you, right? Choose 5 terms, right? So you want to pick 5 terms from the list that we've gone through, right? And then focus on this for 1 week. In other words, really get it down. Write clear sentences. Use each term in emails or meeting notes. Example, our Q2 or second quarter key performance indicators or KPI is customer retention at 85%. Practice in conversations. Don't be afraid to speak. Just because English may be your second language doesn't mean that you are not in control of how to share information in a confident manner and a coherent manner. It just simply takes practice. So you want to practice in conversations, repeat terms in meetings, and small talk to make them natural. Build your glossary, right? Have a reference for your team or study group, right? So if you're participating in a meetup where you're meeting other people and you're practicing your English skills, or you have a language exchange where you're practicing whatever language, practicing your English with someone who wants to practice your language, right? You want to have your glossary. You want to come prepared to get the most out of these sessions with the other people. Consistent use builds confidence and opens opportunities. And remember, mastering these 30 terms won't happen in one day. So don't be hard on yourself. Instead, look for consistent, steady practice that makes them part of your thinking. The more you apply the language of business, the more clearly you will communicate. So if you found this information valuable, please give us a like, share, subscribe, and comment. It helps us help you. And I'll see you next time as we continue our linguistic adventure together. Thanks, everyone.